pinalawig, mas pinaghandaan, mas pinasaya, mas aabangan, mas pinalakas na puwersa sa radyo. Rinig na rinig at malinaw na mapapanood on air at online. Saan man may Pilipino, sa buong bansa, sa buong mundo. Ito ang True FM sa 105.9. Laging true sa'yo, kapatid. Simulcast sa True TV sa Signal Channel 19.
Mukhang kailangan ko na naman palitan ng bubong ko, pare. Mag-iisang taong pa lang yan. May tulo na kagad.
Ay, bossing! Baka naman kasi hindi matibay yung ginamit nyo. Dapat ang gamitin mo ay cherry loom, ang yerong aluminum. Basta yero, cherry loom. Tibay protektado sa pangmatagalang yero.
Mainit at makabuluhang talakayan tungkol sa sports, kumpleto yan dito sa Power and Play. Mula sa mga paborito at naglalakihang atleta hanggang sa mga natatanging Pinoy sports figures na dapat nyong makilala, ihahatid yan dito sa Power and Play.
Pagod na, Power and Play na, pagod na, Pilipinas tayo na.
Sa kapwa ko Pilipino, ipagmalaki ang galing na meron tayo. Ilantad ang likas nating talento at magdala ng saya sa mundo. Sa harap ng pagsubok ay di susuko. Para sa pangarap tayo'y porsigido. Magpakitang gilas na at magpapatalo. Ipag-iwang natin ng Pilipino. Yan ang Pinoy. Mula noon at hanggang ngayon, talento natin ng bida. Mula sa simpleng bakuran hanggang entablado natin ipakita. May pagsubok man ng Pinoy, pinalalakas ng saya. San man tayo sa pulot, sumbe, sibay, lakay, maniga. Sama-samang pakita, ang galing natin katropa. Sa kapwa ko Pilipino.
Ang Power and Play ay hatid sa inyo ng Cherry Loom, ang yerong may aluminum. Cherry Tigo, Love Your Journey. Photon, gawa ng Pilipino para sa Pilipino. At Joyride, ang bago ninyong kasundo.
Halina't makinig, talakayin natin ang laro. Gusto mo, pag-usapan natin, ibida ang hilig ng bawat Pilipino na merong taglay na galing. Pagod na, Power and Play na, pagod na, Power and Play. Pagod na, Power and Play na, pagod na, Pilipinas tayo na. Pagod na, Power and Play na, pagod na, pagod na, pagod na, Power and Play na, pagod na,
Carlos Eala with 2 gold medals.
Power and Play with Noli Eala.
The anatomy of success. What does it take to win a championship? Yan po ang ating tatalakayin sa inyong paboritong kasama tuwing Sabado ng umaga, kaya bango na!
Good morning!
Power and Play na!
Good morning!
Magandang umaga po sa inyo lahat mga kapatid. Live mula po sa TV5 Media Center dito po sa Mandaluyong. Ito po ang Power and Play at talagang muli po kaming nagagalak na makasama kayong lahat, mga giliw naming mga suki all over the world. Lalong-lalo na po ang mga nakikinig sa 105.9 True FM. Yung mga papasok po sa kanilang mga tanggapan, yung mga pauwi naman, o di kaya may mga lakad, ha? Lalo na yung mga papunta sa Antipolo. Maraming mga gagawin dyan, ingat-ingat po sa pagmamaneho. Of course, yung mga nanonood po sa atin sa Signal TV Network, lalong-lalo na po ang 1PH on Signal TV, and of course, True TV Channel 19, and of course, worldwide, via our Facebook Live streaming at sa YouTube ng Power and Play. Naku katapusan na po ng Enero. Can you imagine how fast time flies? Pero tayo po'y excited sapagkat papasok na rin po ang napakaraming mabibigat na mga torneo dito sa ating bansa. And of course, the finals ng PBA. Kahapon, ang San Miguel naitabla na ang serye nila sa Philippine Cup Finals. Kaya 1-1 na po ang score na yan. Kaya ating pong pag-uusapan yan mamaya-maya. Oy, by the way, solo flight tayo today sapagkat yung aking partner ay nagliliwaliw. Si partner Jera Season, medyo may kailangan lang gawin sa labas ng bansa. Kaya alam ko nakatutok pa rin yan sa YouTube or di kaya sa Facebook. Kaya partner, enjoy your trip kasama ng ating mga kaibigan. Anyway, mga kaibigan, sabi ko nga, ang dami po nating inaabangan na mga laro ngayong linggong ito. Pero bago po yan, ang isang hindi masyadong napapag-usapan pero kailangan nating bigyang pansin ay ito pong ongoing Asian Para Games 2025. Ito po yung para sa ating mga disabled athletes na as of January 23, mga kapatid, ang Pilipinas ay nasa ika-4 na pwesto na meron pong 15 gintong medalya, 15 silver medals at 14 na bronze medals. Ito po ay malaking bagay sapagkat Asian Games ito. Ito po ay Asian Para Games na ginaganap po ngayon. And ito po ay tuloy-tuloy lamang ang ating paghahabol ng top 3 places. Kaya po hopefully ating makukuha yung ating mga disabled athletes, yung mga atleta po nating lumalaban dyan at nagbibigay po sa atin ng tagumpay at karangalan. Again, congratulations to Team Philippines dyan sa ongoing Asian Para Games 2025. And of course, mga kapatid, may isa pang lumalabang Philippine team sa kasalukuyan. Ito pong M7 World Championship. Ang Pilipinas po ay palapit na ng palapit sa finals ng M7 World Championship. Ito po yung sa esports, mga kaibigan. Again, alam niyo naman ang mundo ngayon hindi lang po yung physical sports ang nilalaro, kundi pati yung digital world na kung saan ang Pilipinas po ay napakahusay. And right now, tayo po ay palapit na ng palapit sa finals at ang ating pambato sa esports na Team Liquid. Pambirang pangalan, ano? Team Liquid, parang tubig, ay tinalo at ineliminate yung Aurora Turkey in a best of 5 clash dyan po sa M7 World Championship in Jakarta, Indonesia. Kaya po, again, pagdasal po natin ang ating Team Liquid dyan sa esports. So many athletes that are giving honor and medals for our country. Kaya po, sana naman ay ating pong bigyan sila din ng pansin. Hopefully, makasama rin natin sila sa ating mga susunod na mga palatuntunan. And of course, later on, we will talk about the Philippine Women's Open kung saan ang ating pambato na si Alex Eala ay naririto na po sa Pilipinas at lalaban dyan for the very first time in her home tournament, yung pong Philippine Women's Open. Sabi nga natin at the top of the show, today is about the anatomy of success. Pero alam niyo po ang katanungan, hindi lamang kung paano makuha ang isang kampyonato. But the bigger question is, how do you walk away when you are at the top of your game? At yan po ang ating unang tutunghayan sa ating unang segment dito sa Power and Play ngayong Sabado sa What's the Score? Matapos ang breakthrough at dominating 2025 season, nagulat ang buong Philippine volleyball scene sa biglaang leave of absence ng Petro Gazz Angels sa Premier Volleyball League o PVL. Noong nakaraang taon, ipinamalas ng Angels ang kanilang lakas at husay sa liga nang masungkit ang PVL All-Filipino Conference title na sinundan ng Reinforced Conference Championship. Kasabay din nito ang sunod-sunod na conference awards, kabilang ang conference MVP at finals MVP honors. Patunay na isa sila sa mga top contenders ng PVL. Kaya naman ngayon ang tanong na marami, ano ang nangyari o ano ang mangyayari sa mga players ng Petro Gazz? At ano ang dahilan sa likod ng nakakagulat na desisyon nila na mag-LOA? Kaya po para pag-usapan itong isyong ito, dahil alam niyo po, alam naman natin kung gaano kahusay itong Petro Gazz Angels. And marami pong nagulat, hindi lamang nagulat, kung hindi maybe nalungkot na aalis na po ang isang dominant team sa PVL. Second winningest team, second most successful team sa PVL with 4 titles. At kasama po natin ngayon, walang iba kundi ang team manager ng Petro Gazz Angels, ang ating kaibigan si Mr. Dave Dichupa. Magandang umaga, Dave!
Good morning, Noli. Thank you for inviting me.
Maraming salamat for joining us today. Alam mo, kausap ko nga si Boss Ricky Villavicencio. And kasama natin siya ng isang araw. Kaya, alam mo naman yung ating kaibigan, very shy. Kaya sabi niya, ipapasa kita sa aking mas magandang manager, mas magandang lalaking manager na si Dave. Kaya maraming salamat for joining us today, Dave. Dave.
Alam mo naman si Ricky is a guy who doesn't like to be in the spotlight most of the time, you know.
Oh, but
so,
he packs a mean drive sa golf course. Kaya ang sarap kasama. Dave, syempre, ang sabi nga natin, maraming nagulat, maraming nalungkot, maraming na-disappoint na nawala ang Petro Gazz Angels. So I guess the question is, bakit? Anong rason? Bakit nag-leave of absence ang Petro Gazz?
well, actually, we had decided to. The plan was really to join up with another team, if you will note.
Yung NX-led ba yun? Yung NX?
Next-led team now, of Mr. Chris Chu. And that was born out of a sort of an arrangement that was more business than sports. We were supposed to use Next-led products as giveaways during when people come to buy gas from us and so on and so forth. No, it was sort of something like that. No, and we were even thinking of maybe putting up some stores in our gasoline stations na medyo malalaki. No? So on and so forth. So it was sort of a business proposition at the beginning, and then we sort of moved over to the possibility of merging the two teams and so on and so forth. No, which didn't happen. It didn't happen. No, and so we decided, sige, next na lang, we will be the one that will be. We will be the one that the team that will beg off now. Although our plan really is to somehow remain with volleyball. Kasi we're known for volleyball already.
Correct. I was really gonna go there, Dave. Kasi, well, unang-una, so it's not true that part of the reason is some kind of dissatisfaction with certain quarters in the volleyball sector.
Hindi naman. Not really. Okay. Not really that.
So,
no.
I guess the other thing I want to ask is, bakit hindi natuloy yung merger ninyo with NextLed? Was that a board decision? Was it denied by the board, or ano ba? Or did the
we were not allowed by the PVL board to merge. No, one of course of the reasons is that it was like maybe some teams felt that it was against the rules that had been set by the PVL in the first place. Now, because the PVL is sort of still growing. It hasn't really matured totally yet. No, we have some things that are not yet in place, like the drafting system only came into realization the past couple of years. but there's also things like trading and so on and so forth that have not yet been fully addressed. No? And that will come. I know it will come now. But the possibility of people moving from one team to another, alam mo ang problema rin, there are 4 sister teams in the PVL. So they always had to address the fact na hindi pwedeng basta-basta, lipatan ng players and so on and so forth.
So hindi ayaw nila yung directly magbibigayan kayo ng player para lalong lumakas ang isang team, parang gano'n.
Oh yeah, so parang unfair to the other teams. And that's true, 'di ba? That's true. If you allow it, no?
But Dave, leave of absence. Usually pag sinabing leave of absence, nagpapaalam para pansamantalang umalis, hindi naman permanenteng umalis. So, was this leave of absence approved by the board or was this unilateral, and are there any conditions sa LOA?
Actually, wala eh. Walang sinabi na hindi pwede o pwede or so I guess it's an open thing, no? If we come back, we ask permission to come back again, I guess, no? And join up. We did not disband the team. Technically, the word disband, no? As against the leave of absence, no? So yun ang naging pangyayari. When I talked to the PVL about it, when I submitted the letter of requesting for a leave of absence and so on and so forth, we of course touched on that.
Kasi alam natin, Dave, din sa mga ligang ganyan, meron kayong meron kayong pahintulot para maglaro. No? You gotta get the approval to play, and
yes.
But the leave of absence, in other words, hindi nawawala yung inyong ability to play, as you mentioned. No? So you can return anytime, or is there like a time period after 3 years you'll have to go through the board again? Ganun ba yun?
Actually, wala ngang nothing final on that eh.
Okay.
So I guess when the time comes, you just have to see what goes, no? Kung anong magiging decision ng board, no?
All right. Well, you are, as I mentioned earlier, the second most successful team in the PVL, with your 4 titles and napakaraming na-develop na players. You have been a crowd favorite as well, and we know that in the recent conferences, you have been perhaps the most dominating of all of the teams. What is the legacy of Petro Gazz? How do you want to be remembered kung kayo ang team now that you've taken a leave of absence?
Well, that was one of the things na napag-usapan, no? Dahil sabi namin, well, if we are going to step away from this, now is a good time, considering na galing kami sa 2 championship last year in the all Filipino and the reinforced, no? The two that would be the 2 conferences that were the most important, no, for the year. And while it's sad to say goodbye to something, you've been there for quite a while, mahirap magpaalam, di ba? Mahirap talaga, totoo.
Hard to say goodbye, ika nga.
Even the girls, they syempre they really felt sad about the whole thing, no? Because we've established a connection with all the girls, no? And they like playing together.
I can see that, and you've won championships. In fact, it's become a family affair with the Van Sickles on the team, and
Yes.
I'm curious lang. How did you announce this to the team? At ano naging reaction nila? Was it in a formal setting? Was it in a informal? Nagpakain ba si Boss Ricky at si Boss Rafi? Anong ginawa niyo?
Pinag-usapan namin as a group, no? And what we tried to do also was to make sure that everybody had a home, Yan ang ginawa namin as Petro Gazz, no?
Oh, that's
We try
interesting.
to,
That's interesting, Dave. I want to ask, kasi I was really gonna ask you what happens to the players now. So, na-involve ang Petro Gazz sa paglilipat ng players? Ganun ba?
Nag-ano ka, alam mo naman ang PVL, pamilya na rin yan eh. So, what we did was, we did talk to certain, the other managers.
Okay.
Oh, may kailangan ka ba? May ganito. You know,
Okay.
things like that. So, and eventually, everybody medyo na okay naman.
So, ang ibig mo
Everybody
sabihin,
will be fine.
nailipat ang mga players to other teams. Meron ba bang naiwan under contract with Petro Gazz?
Wala na.
Wala na.
Ganito kasi yan. At the end of 2025, we had, if I'm not mistaken, 16 players only under contract. By December 31st, 13 of those contracts expired. 13. So we had only had 3 that were live
Okay.
on January 1st. And that was MJ Phillips, Jules Tolentino, and Adolfo, AA Adolfo. Why? Because Jules was a recent draftee. AA was a draftee of last year, so she still had several months with us. And MJ's contract really umabot talaga sa 2026. So, during the meeting, I mentioned that to the PVL group, no, na these 3, as I present my request for leave of absence, the letter, technically became free agents.
Okay. Yeah.
While those whose contracts ended on December 31st were automatically free agents after that. No? So that's what happened. So there we had 16 players that we had to find jobs for, because we felt responsible for them, you know.
That's right. But in other words, although you felt responsible for them, wala na kayo financial contract, or the contract had already terminated. So this is really just out of dahil yung relationship ninyo, you wanted to make sure that everybody still had a job.
That's right. Well, although we did mention that those 3 girls that had contracts with us, let's say yung 3 could not find another team to transfer to, we would have been bound by the contract to continue paying them until the end of their contract.
So, kasi ang gusto ko liwanawin dito, kasi syempre, alam mo, one of the things that has, I guess, sustained the PVL is the seeming parity, no, of the league. There is a very very good competition now. Even yung mga nasa ilalim dati ay umaangat na ngayon, no? We've seen Zeus Coffee, we've seen all of these new teams coming up and playing well, no? And when you talk about dispersal of players from a team that has taken a leave of absence at mapupunta sa isang koponan lamang, kaya nga sabi ng PVL ayaw namin ng merger, because I guess they wanted to keep the balance of the league, no? And wala namang do sa inyong pagkakatulong, hindi naman yan, kasi kung iba yung meron pa rin kayong kontrata that you can just pass on dahil iba yon.
Yes,
ito naman talagang voluntaryong ginusto rin ng player to go to a particular team.
Actually, hindi mo rin talaga pwedeng ipasa eh.
Oo.
The fact that you go on leave means any active contract becomes void eh.
Okay.
Diba?
Okay.
So they become free agents talaga. And then ang ano dun, of course, the thing there was that a lot of them, if I'm not mistaken, 13 of them had contracts expiring in end of this December 31st, 2025. You know, the thing lang talaga, Noli, you cannot help it. This they have these girls nag-aantayan. Kung saan ka mapupunta.
Can you give us an idea, David? For instance, where is Brooke Van Sickle going? Ano bang latest kay BVS?
Brooke is going to next lead.
Next lead. All right. What about MJ Phillips?
Same. I don't
okay.
think you can split the two.
Does this, pati ba yung magulang ni Brooke, package deal are they still under contract or are they going somewhere else?
No, they're not under contract
Okay.
at this time.
Okay. All right. So, because a lot of, I know you have a lot of stars, a lot of great players na inaabangan, and I'm sure everybody will be looking forward to their next destination sa PVL. But again, iba pa rin yung magkakasama sila sa Petro Gazz. And I guess the logical question next is, will Petro Gazz still be involved in sports or volleyball in particular, Dave?
Oh yes, definitely. In fact, that's something that we're working on right now.
Are you at liberty to say kung ano mga plano ng kampanya?
We plan to still be in volleyball. That's one.
All right.
For sure.
Ano yan? Supporting the national team? Supporting the PVL? And what is grassroots?
Supporting the PVL, basically.
Uh-huh.
We'll try to help out there somehow. I'll be meeting with the PVL soon about that. No?
Okay.
And then, of course, the Petro Gazz has always still been with with LaSalle.
Yes, of course. Yes, we know that.
We sponsor the men's basketball team also.
That's right.
Petro Gazz sponsors the men's basketball. And we were sponsoring the men's volleyball team also.
Okay.
As of until last year, until this year.
So
we'll still be there. We want to remain there.
That's good. That's good to know.
The basketball and volleyball scene.
Dahil alam mo naman na synonymous na ang Petro Gazz hindi lamang to sports but also to excellence. And that's why it's very important to see that andun pa rin ang Petro Gazz sa sports. Dave, ikaw, ano ba mamimiss mo as team manager of the Petro Gazz Angels personally, on a personal note, ano ba ang pinakamamimiss mo being part of that team?
Funny thing is, the past couple of days, we only arrived from a trip to Beijing last Tuesday evening.
Ano to? Was this reward for winning?
It was the girls posted things like one last trip and so on and so forth because it might be the last time that this particular group will be together because like we said, some will be moving on to other teams and so on and so forth. So it was bittersweet to say the least to be doing something like that. But they had fun. We all had fun. It was nice. It was very cold. It was very, very cold. Going to -16 at sometimes. So malamig. They experienced snow. Those who haven't done so. So it was fun. And the thing I miss most since that time we came back 3-4 days ago pa lang pala yun. One, I went to LaSalle to see the lady spikers. And then 2, I went to watch the practice of next lead. Sabi ni Rafi sa akin, hindi ka, sabi niya, saan ka galing? Sabi ko, nagpunta ako ng practice nung next lead. Sabi niya, ano ka pa rin? Sabi niya.
Namimiss mo na kaagad ang action na, Dave.
I will miss the girls talaga. Sa totoo lang.
Sa tagal naman ninyo magkakasama eh. Sa tagal ninyo magkakasama.
Sometimes as manager you have to have that distance eh. But at the same time, I really do, I love these girls.
I think it will be vice versa, Dave. The girls will miss you as well. Obviously, marami na ako narinig about how you've treated them. Of course, the entire Villavicencio family and the entire Petro Gazz family,
they've always been there for us,
Grabe. Well, parting shot, Dave. Your message, kasi your team will not be this successful if not for your fans. Your many fans ng Petro Gazz. So, I guess maraming nalungkot, maraming na-disappoint. Pero ganyan talaga, as you said, there's always a chance that you will... I guess that's a question. Is there a chance you'll come back to volleyball, to the PVL in particular?
I think there's a very big chance. for
There's
us
still a
to do
chance. Oh yeah, maganda yan.
Yes.
Balita, mga kapatid, ha? Kita nyo.
And then I think also that I hope the fans continue to be supportive of our players, the ones who came from Petro Gazz, no?
Oo.
Even though some of them have gone on to other teams, ano pa rin yan? Angel pa rin yan, kumbaga.
Absolutely. Oo. Oo.
They're still angels in our eyes na. So
At least the Angels will still be around. They will still be around in a different uniform with a new set of wings. Pero like any other guardian angel, they will still be hovering around and making the fans happy. Dave, maraming salamat sa panahon binigay mo. Good luck to you and the rest of Petro Gazz, and we look forward to still seeing you in the volleyball scene. Maraming salamat.
Thank you very much.
Mga kaibigan ng team manager ng Petro Gazz Angels na nag-leave of absence from the PVL, si Mr. David Dichupa. Ganyan talaga ang buhay sa sports, no? Bagamat sa taas po sila ng kanilang paglalaro as a team, they had to walk away from it because of very tough decisions. No? Again, this is already within the corporate circles, and ganyan po talaga. But again, the beauty about it is inalagaan ng mga players all the way to the end hanggang makakuha ng bagong tahanan. And ganyan po kagagaling ang mga nagpapatakbo ng mga team sports. No? They understand the dynamics of relationships among owners and players, and I hope lahat po ng mga team owners ay katulad ng mga tiga Petro Gazz na talagang aalagaan ng mga players at ang mga fans. Alright, before we take a break, syempre, isa muna pong paalala mula sa ating mga kaibigan sa Smart. Puso Pilipinas is a movement to celebrate the Filipino athlete powered by Smart. Follow them on Facebook, Instagram, and X and YouTube. Get a chance to win exclusive Puso Pilipinas merch by sharing their Facebook page and your social media accounts with hashtag Puso Pilipinas. The GigaLife app is the latest mobile app from Smart that lets you discover and enjoy your passions with the different Giga promos. It can be downloaded and used by Smart Postpaid, Smart Prepaid, Bro Prepaid, and TNT subscribers via the Apple or Google Play Store. What can the GigaLife app do for me? Check your balance, monitor your current subscription, top up using debit credit card, subscribe to the latest Giga promos, monitor your data consumption, auto-detect your mobile number when you are connected to Smart Network, one-tap subscription to the most popular offer, Giga Video 99, and of course, Power and Play is powered by Smart.
Thank you!
Live more today!
Thank you!
Sa amin pong pagbabalik, Cashier Bash Time, at mamaya po ang head coach ng UAAP Season 88 Men's Basketball Champion, si Coach Topex Robinson, will be here on the show. Ito po ang Power and Play. Hatid sa inyo ng Cherry Loom, Cherry Tigo, Photon, Joyride at ng N Plus Gold. Ang oras po natin, 8:36 ng umaga. This time check is brought to you by Ultima.
I dare to dream big, to be a voice of my generation, to inspire resilience in the face of roadblocks. And in sharing my stories, I let others share in my passion.
Follow Kai's stories on Twitter and share yours with Smart Double Giga Stories. Share 2 times the passion with 2 gigabytes for Twitter and more. Guaranteed every day, plus data for all sites.
Simple, smart ako.
Bago ang taon, bago rin ang resolusyon sa 105.9 True FM. Laging true sa'yo, kapatid.
Sa Arena Plus, mapapanood mo na ang favorite sports mo anywhere, anytime. Maging updated sa bawat galaw ng laro. Suportahan ang iyong favorite team and go all in. Join the Philippines' best sportsbook at arenaplus.ph. Awarded by Sigma Awards 2025. For more information, visit www.pagcor.ph/regulatory or email keepitfun@pagcor.ph. Gaming for 21 years old and above only. Game responsibly. Keep it fun.
Arena Plus Sportsbook. Arena Plus. Gambling is for 21 years old and above only. Gambling can be addictive. Know when to stop.
Prepare delightful dishes every time with Technogas Technique appliances. Experience excellent cooking results with Technogas Technique's premium selection of cooking ranges, range hoods, built-in hobs, ovens, and kitchen appliances. Technogas Technique combines elegance, functionality, safety, and durability to enhance your skills and passion for cooking. Make Technogas Technique your cooking partner and fill your kitchen with appliances made to last. That's the Technogas Technique.
Cobra, tatag mo, tatak Cobra. Sa panahon ngayon, mahalaga ang bawat piso. Cobra Energy Drink na debote. Bote na lang, 18 pesos SRP lang. May vitamin D at zinc. Available in original, citrus and strawberry flavor. Cobra Energy Drink, 18 pesos SRP lang. Bili na sa inyong suking tindahan.
Sa Arena Plus, mapapanood mo na ang favorite sports mo anywhere, anytime. Maging updated sa bawat galaw ng laro. Suportahan ang iyong favorite team and go all in. Join the Philippines' best sportsbook at arenaplus.ph. Awarded by Sigma Awards 2025. For more information, visit www.pagcor.ph/regulatory or email keepitfun@pagcor.ph. Gaming for 21 years old and above only. Game responsibly. Keep it fun.
Arena Plus Sportsbook. Arena Plus. Gambling is for 21 years old and above only. Gambling can be addictive. Know when to stop.
This World Radio Day, we recognize how radio continues to evolve, guided by innovation and grounded in public service. With the help of artificial intelligence, radio delivers information more efficiently, improves sound quality, and supports responsible journalism. Yet at its core, radio remains deeply human. A trusted voice, a companion in times of need, and a bridge that connects communities. As technology advances, radio's commitment to truth, service, and the public good remains unchanged. This World Radio Day, we celebrate radio and artificial intelligence working together to better serve the public. Happy World Radio Day!
Sa panahon ngayon, mahalaga ang bawat piso. Cobra Energy Drink na debote. Bote na lang, 18 pesos SRP lang. May vitamin D at zinc. Available in original, citrus and strawberry flavor. Cobra Energy Drink, 18 pesos SRP lang. Bili na sa inyong suking tindahan.
Request your vibe. Be the vibe. Experience the OG. Request your favorite icons. Request via Messenger. Scan the QR code or chat the official Vibe PH page. Tap Vote Now. Choose OG and type your request in this format. Artist name. Request via True FM. Call 8689-3289 or 8689-3290 from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. during Heart to Heart Show and 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. during Shout Out Show, Monday to Thursday. Email at og@vibeph.tv. Send a fan mail at Vibe Cafe. Request your fave OPM icons now. Be the vibe.
Sumuko ka na! Wala ka ng laban! Hanggang dito ka na lang, Coco Martin!
Hindi yan eksena sa pelikula. Ganyan ako pag nagdududa sa kakayahan ko. Pero kahit alam kong natural umarap sa hamon, mas likas pa rin sa akin ang maging matatag. Kasama ko lagi ang Cobra Energy Drink. Kampante ako dahil tatak high quality. Ito lang ang energy drink na may Immuni Plus na pinagsamang vitamin D at zinc. Meron pang B vitamins, taurine, ginseng at inositol. Tatag mo, tatak Cobra.
Balita, impormasyon, public service, entertainment, music, inspiration. Totoo, tunay, tapat. Ito ang True FM sa 105.9. Laging true sa'yo, kapatid. Simulcast sa True TV sa Signal Channel 19.
Mukhang kailangan ko na naman palitan ng bubong ko, pare. Mag-iisang taong pa lang yan. May tulo na kagad.
Ay, bossing! Baka naman kasi hindi matibay yung ginamit nyo. Dapat ang gamitin mo ay cherry loom, ang yerong aluminum. Basta yero, cherry loom. Tibay protektado sa pangmatagalang yero.
Power and play with Noli Eala.
Okay. Ambag na bigat kada kayo amin sa lalo-lalo na sa ating pong mga kababayan sa San Esteban, Ilocos Sur. By the way, gusto kong batiin si Chief Dexter Cardenas ng Quezon City Traffic Management sa pong kababayan. Manong, magandang umaga sa iyo at salamat sa suporta mong binigay sa Joyride nung aming pong grand onboarding dyan sa Quezon Memorial Circle. Also, thank you to Mayor Joy Belmonte for gracing our event dyan po sa QC nung pong Thursday ng hapon. Oh, by the way, gusto ko rin pong bumati muna ng isang happy birthday sa aking nakatatandang kapatid, si Dr. Jovi Eala. Kuya, happy birthday. Salamat dun sa pag-sponsor mo. And may you have many more to come. Naku, tumatanda ka na rin. And of course, sa aking kaibigan na si Attorney Toto Villarreal na nag-birthday din po nung kasabay ng aking kapatid nung January 22. Happy birthday, partner, si Attorney Toto. At sa lahat po ng mga nagsasapit ng kanilang kaarawan, itong mga nakaraang araw at mga susunod pang mga araw, happy birthday sa inyong lahat. Oy, syempre patuloy po ang pamimigay ng premyo dito po sa Power and Play ng Joyride Super App. At ngayong araw pong ito, ating pong patuloy po tayong mamimigay ng 1,000 pesos JRP wallet credits sa mga lucky winners. Napakadali po para sumali dito sa ating top up promo. I-download lamang ang latest version ng Joyride Super App. Kuhanan ng screenshot ng app's home screen. Ipadala ang screenshot via PM to Power and Play FB page. Kasama po ng inyong buong pangalan at registered Joyride mobile number. At pipili po kami ng 5 mananalo ng 1,000 pesos JRP wallet credits na inyo po magagamit para sa Joyride Delivery, Joyride Motorcycle Taxi, Joyride Taxi Cab, Joyride Car, at ang Joyride Super Taxi. Hatid sa airport po yan. Kaya sali na. Napakadaling manalo ng premyo dito po sa Power and Play. Well, bukas po ay simula na ng pinakahihintay ng mga tennis fans dito po sa ating bansa. Ito pong Philippine Women's Open. Ako, historic WTA 125 event na gaganapin dyan po sa Rizal Memorial Tennis Courts, kung saan nakita na po natin ang refurbishing, ang pagbabago ng ating pong tennis courts dyan sa may Philippine Sports Commission. And again, congratulations to the PSC, Chairman Pato Gregorio, sa lahat po ng bumubuo ng PSC, including all of the commissioners, of course, ang Philippine Tennis Association, Secretary General John Ray Chanco, ang presidente po nila si President Eric Olivares, at ang buong PhilTa, and of course ang WTA. Si Alex Eala po na dumating na sa ating bansa after yung kanya pong exit sa Australian Open, ang rank number 49 na ngayon po sa buong mundo will be the top attraction of course. Pero hindi lamang po si Alex ang inyo pong mapapanood dyan sa WTA 125 Philippine Women's Open. Nandyan din po yung pinakamataas na rango na lalaro sa PWO, si Tatiana Maria, number 42 in the world. Nandyan din po si Sinyu Wang, number 46 na nakalaban ni Alex dun po sa New Zealand. And then dyan po si Solana Sierra, Donna Vekic, yung Croatia na tinalo ni Alex, former medalist ng Olympics. And of course si Camila Osorio. One interesting name there is yung pong tiga Thailand, si Lanlana Tararudi, na pinagmamalaki din po natin mga tiga Southeast Asia. Kaya po, suportahan natin ang WTA 125 Philippine Women's Open that will begin tomorrow. Qualifying na yan. And I understand it will run all the way to January 31. Naku mukhang sold out na daw yung mga tickets. Si Alex po, although natalo siya kay Alicia Parks sa Australian Open at natalo din siya sa doubles, iba pa rin po ang impact. Kung inyo pong napanood yung mga clippings about how times 10 yung kanyang mga views every time she has a press conference. Nagsalita na sila Djokovic, sila Pegula about the impact of Alex and how surprised they have been in terms of the acceptance of Alex Eala sa tennis scene. It's just amazing. It's a worldwide phenomenon na talaga pong binubuhat ni Alex ang buong Philippine tennis, and we just have to be proud of what she has done. Alam niyo po, hindi lang naman nasusukat ng success sa panalo o sa medalya o sa tropeyo. Ito po yung nasusukat sa impact na idudulot po ito, hindi lamang po sa laro sa ating bansa, kung hindi sa inspirasyong binibigay ni Alex sa lahat ng mga young players ng Pilipinas. And that's why her presence here in the Philippines para sa Philippine Women's Open is such a big thing. In fact, she has been given a wild card invitation dun po sa Abu Dhabi tournament na WTA 500. Kaya po again, this is just the growing I guess reputation ni Alex, and hopefully, and we know na yung pong tagumpay ay darating at darating yan para sa ating Filipina pride. And well, yan po ang ating mga pag-uusapan as we move along, and we hope na suportahan nyo po ang Philippine Women's Open. Alright, at this point, medyo tatalakayin pa rin natin yan sa ating susunod na segment na inyo pong paborito at paborito natin, ang Casio Bash. At ang Casio Bash ay hatid sa inyo ng Cherry Tigo, Love Your Journey. At ngayong araw pong ito, one-on-one kami ng aking kaibigan at suki. And of course, a friend of the show. Walang iba kundi si Luisa Morales ng onesports.ph. Magandang umaga, Louie.
Magandang umaga po, Kom.
Thank you for joining us. Nako pinag-uusapan ko yung Philippine Women's Open, and I know ikaw ay naka-assign, nakatutok dyan sa historic event na WTA 125 sa Pilipinas. What's the latest, Luisa, sa Philippine Women's Open?
Yeah, ngayon po, it was announced that we have 3 players qualifying na Filipinas. So we have Steffi Aludo, and then we have 2 more na players natin local. So it's not just Alex, hopefully, for our tennis fans. We also watch the qualifying, and of course si Tenny Madis, she will be playing in the wild card. So maraming opportunities for Philippine women's tennis dito po sa ating first ever WTA event. And I think that's the goal naman din po talaga, to be able to grow yung tennis presence dito sa Pilipinas. Actually, sabi nga po ni Alex and even some of the other tennis players that I've talked to, na it's become harder to book tennis courts dito sa Pilipinas ngayon, and that's a really good sign for everyone po, for the growth of the sport talaga.
Oh, talaga. The whole industry of tennis, lahat ng mga players, lahat ng mga clubs, it's a growing community na buhay. And because of Alex, and give credit where credit is due. Sabi nga nung nakausap namin dito si SECGen John Ray Chanco, and when he was telling us the backstory noong pagkakatatag ng WTA event dito, it was because of a statement by Alex in an interview na siya ay nalulungkot, wala siyang home tournament, kaya nabuo yung idea of bringing the WTA to the Philippines, and of course the rest is history, ika nga, and we're very happy na may mga Filipina tennis players that will be exposed in an event such as this against top class competition. Anong impressions ng mga dumating na mga dayuhang players, Luisa, so far? Have you heard anything about the courts that they are now playing at, and of course the expected crowd that will be there?
Yeah, of course, at this point po, a lot of yung qualifying players pa lang ang dumarating for the foreign players. But I've talked to one of the hitting partners, si Brisel Libao, and he was able to hit and practice with si Mananchaya Sawang Q, yung isang taga Thailand who will be playing in the qualifying. She actually played against Alex for the gold medal in the SEA Games. So mukhang mukhang okay naman yung naging nila so far. And a lot of also the players, also local players, had the test event the qualifying for the wild card sa Philippine Women's Open qualifier draw, no. So it seems like maganda naman ang naging feedback ng ating mga tennis players, and hopefully sabi nga ni ng PSC, no, na parang it's not only this event, no, na parang after this magagamit pa rin po siya ng ng PhilTA, hopefully ng WTA ulit, no, as they also talked about, you know, a longer term partnership, maybe maging 250 daw itong Philippine Women's Open. Maybe next year, it depends on how we perform, so fingers crossed po sa ating hosting.
You know, when Chairman Pato was telling me about this very early on, at sabi ko sa kanya, huwag ka matakot, partner, sabi ko, sapagkat if you look at the Hong Kong Open, ilan lang ang silya ng mga ibang courts, hindi yung center court, yung ibang courts doon, 200 lang nga, sabi kong ganun. So don't worry, pero sabi ko, lakihan mo yung isang area na hindi ma-accommodate yung mga player, ay mga fans na gusto manood, bigyan mo sila ng malaking screen para mapanood nila. And I heard that he's now, they've created a fan zone where fans can come in and just enjoy also the action and watch the games. Of course, it'll be live on Pilipinas Live, I understand. So again, it's just exciting and everybody's looking forward. Do you know the schedule na? Meron naman schedule, Luisa, na lumabas?
So far, yung qualifying ko, no, we have the matches, I think, today and tomorrow.
Pero wala pa yung main draw, wala pa.
Wala pa po. But
kasi inaabangan nyo kung aling saan lalaro si Alex, but again, kukunti lang naman yung ticket na yan, kaya you know, pagpasensyahan muna natin. I'm sure lalo pang lalaki at lalaki ang ating venue eventually in the future. Alright, well, at this point, medyo alam mo na ang drill natin dito sa Casio Bash, Luisa. We'll give you a few items to comment about. Cash kung sang-ayon ka, Bash kung hindi. And of course, walang tama, walang mali. Bato-bato sa langit, tamaan, wag magagalit. Let's begin with our first item, and it's still about Alex Eala. Nabigyan ng wildcard entry ang ating pambatong si Alex Eala sa Abu Dhabi Open, a WTA 500 event. Casio Bash, sapat na ang crowd-drawing appeal ni Alex para makakuha ng wildcard invitation sa mga malalaking WTA events. Go, Luisa!
Cash na cash ako dito, no, actually, even before on merit alone, no, sa skills ni Alex in the past few years, she's really been, you know, leveling up. Kaya rin naman po nakakakuha siya ng mga wild cards sa even higher tournaments like the Miami Open, the Madrid Open. Actually, dun nga niya ginawa yung talagang umangat siya sa rankings, no, when she made it to the semifinals of the Miami Open last year. So that was actually a higher ranked tournament, WTA 1000, and at that point she was already a wild card. So I think by merit alone naman, Alex would have had these opportunities. But I think the additional appeal of yung having the crowd is, you know, something that is additional para sa mga organizers to think about. Maybe kumbaga it would be tipping factor siguro kung parang maybe they're on the fence for giving Alex a wild card. You know, na-mention mo nga, na kanina pinag-uusapan na pati ni Djokovic and ni Jessica Pegula, yung crowd talaga. So it's that big of a deal. Para kasing it's something new to the tennis community, to see yung same passion from the tennis fans, no, na galing sa Pilipinas. And with Abu Dhabi, obviously, ang dami pong mga Pilipino sa Middle East. So talagang, I think it was a no-brainer talaga. Initially, she was supposed to go through the qualifiers, but siguro naisip nila na, you know, she might, or she would probably go through the qualifiers din naman, or she would win the qualifier. So why not, you know, save her the time and give her the opportunity also for the Philippine Women's Open? Kasi initially it was a little bit more tighter on the schedule ni Alex. So definitely, I would assume a lot more organizers are not just looking at her. Kasi parang siguro yung attention din po with the crowds, a lot more organizers will be looking at Alex, so that increases the opportunity. But definitely merit alone, talent alone for Alex also begs yung ganitong klaseng opportunities for her.
Well, you know, and I completely agree with you. You know, talagang her crowd appeal is unmatched at this time sa tennis. I think I was told by somebody, very a very important person in tennis na si Alex has the most following among any women's player in the world, including Sabalenka, including Swiatek, and all of these top-ranked players. So when you talk about that in a tournament, alam naman natin yan, popularity sells tickets. Sabi nga ng Australian Open organizers, we badly miscalculated the crowd appeal of Alex and put her in a small court. And nakita natin ang nangyari. It was almost chaotic. They had to bring in crowd control enforcers. So I think it's a no-brainer, as you mentioned. But at the end of the day, she's still ranked number 49 in the world. And I think the fact that mataas ang kanya ranking is already enough to really consider her in any tournament. And we're hoping na ito ay mangyayari this year, na tuloy-tuloy na ang kanyang pag-angat. And more than that, more than her crowd appeal, we're hoping that she can pile up those wins finally. Dahil alam naman natin kaya ni Alex. It just she just needs a little more seasoning. I think she's right there, and hopefully she can break into the top 40. All right, let's go to our second matter of the morning. Ito ay medyo shift tayo ng konti ng gear. Papasok tayo sa Philippine Cup, kung saan pumalag ang San Miguel sa talk and text sa second game ng PBA Philippine Cup Finals. Panalo sa score na 1-11 ang Beermen kontra tropang 5G. Kaya Casio Bash, 1-1 na. Aabot ng Game 7 ang bakbakang TNT at SMB sa Philippine Cup Finals. Go, Luisa!
Para sa akin, cash to, no? At this point, after the first two games, talagang highly competitive. Although the final score, no, especially game 2, medyo lopsided tayo. But we've seen also how they were able to get into the finals. Parang yung momentum ng both teams, nandyan talaga yan. And yung, kumbaga, they're really riding on kung ano yung mga naging performances nila in the past few conferences. Mataas yung, not conferences, but the games, no, the series. But mataas talaga yung confidence ng both teams, and talent wise medyo equal din sila, so you're looking at talaga kung paano nagigising or anong klaseng gising ng mga players, no, like let's say si CJ the other day, no, na parang nakita natin na he was able to score 30 plus points in one quarter, no. So yun yung mga ganong factors, no, yung mga gulat factors, like you don't really know what's gonna happen per game, but definitely with the coaches also, the coaches caliber, yung being able to adjust in game, yun yung magiging key dito, no, na yung mga in-game adjustments na of course we do know that Coach Leo and of course Coach Chot will be going into the games with a lot of confidence, a good game plan, but definitely, having to adjust to in-game situations, yun po yung magiging key to that. But of course, knowing yung caliber nila, it will be a very competitive series, and hindi po malayo na magkakaroon ng Game 7 dito, knowing how both teams wanting to keep the pristine record ni Coach Leo, and TNT naman wanting to crash the party at this point sa Philippine Cup.
Well, maraming motivating factors for both teams, and obviously these are the two top teams in the Philippines today. Kaya yung Game 7 hindi po malayo, kagaya ng binanggit ni Luisa, and I totally agree. Although, syempre, ang mga fans ng bawat koponan gustong tapusin na maaga to, because the injuries are also a factor in a long series. Nasabi na yan ni Coach Shot Reyes sa atin last week. But with the way these two teams are playing, walang tulak kabigin dito. Talagang pantay na pantay, and we are really looking at a long series dito, and it will augur well para sa fans at para sa PBA to have a best of for this series to go all the way to Game 7. Kaya abangan nyo po, ha. And of course, lalaki venue kasi nandun na tayo sa Mall of Asia Arena. Nagsimula sa Inares, and magtatapos ito sa isang slam bang competition dyan po sa malalaking venue. Alright, let's go to our third issue of the morning. Naku, ito naman ay patungkol sa NBA, kung saan lalo pang lumabo ang tsansa ng isang Pinoy favorite na Golden State Warriors. Alam naman natin ng Dub Nation, maraming Pilipino dyan, sa pagkaka-injure ni Jimmy Butler. Naku po, ito si Jimmy Butler, lagi nai-injure. So, Casio Bash, dapat nang magpa-trade si Steph Curry dahil di na siya ulit magcha-champion kung siya ay nasa Golden State. Go, Luisa!
Para sa akin, Bash ito, no? Kasi siguro I'm looking at the personality of what kind of a player si Steph Curry, no? Na parang he's very big on loyalty. He's very big on, you know, yung staying where he is. Na parang I think Curry has been through a lot more difficult times kasama ng Golden State, and he's stayed through them. And this time, of course, malaking bagay din talaga yung naging injury kay Jimmy. But hindi ko kasi ma-imagine kung at this point ko ano po yung left to prove for Steph Curry after those 4 NBA championships. And I think in terms of his personality kasi talaga, he values yung loyalty, and he's one of the few players who has stayed through with the team that has drafted them until now. And a lot of great players have done so, no? Like si Kobe, si Dirk Nowitzki, no? And maybe I feel like Curry would want to be one of those, no? And at this point po kasi, siguro if he didn't have a ring, that would be a big thing talaga, and maybe feeling like he still needed to, you know, prove himself. But I think right now po parang he's just trying to make the most out of his, you know, of course, parang we admit that it is his twilight years, like LeBron also, na talagang paparating na tayo sa season na mawawala na po yung mga favorites ng mga Pinoy, and for the longest time obviously they've given us the best of the best in basketball. So sa tingin ko lang po, it's not, maybe from a standpoint ng fan, no, you would want him to win another championship and maybe want him to get traded. Pero sa tingin ko po siya kasi mismo, maybe that's not in the plans also, especially a lot of kids also. Kasi something that we don't think about kapag nagtitrade is that it uproots the lives of the family of the player. No, and having a lot of these families na, alam naman natin si Curry, he's a big family man, he has a lot of kids, and for them to, of course, long have established their lives in San Francisco, in California, it's gonna be hard. I think marami pong mga points against to being traded. But syempre, of course, at the end of the day, when the price is right, we don't know, no? With a player like Steph Curry, kumbaga, some teams would move mountains para makuha siya. So, yeah, I think it's, at the end of the day, it's gonna be his decision on what he values and what he wants to achieve by in the last few years of his career.
I'm also bashed here. Si Steph Curry, I think mauuna pang siguro maguho ang Golden State Bridge bago mailabas si Steph Curry sa Bay Area. That is his brand, loyalty, and I think he will retire as a Warrior. He will be the greatest of all Golden State Warrior players. He will be a Hall of Famer as a Golden State Warrior. Ang siguro ang mangyayari pa, baka mauna pang ma-trade yung ibang mga players so that they can support Steph Curry still in his late prime years, because Curry is still Curry. He's still scoring huge numbers and putting up big games all the time. So I think Golden State will not waste this time, and I hope na kahit papano ay sila makapasok sa playoffs, because Steph Curry is still Steph Curry and he's a big draw pagdating sa NBA playoffs. So again, I doubt it. I doubt he'll ever ask for a trade, and I think more than that, I think Steph Curry will continue to be pulling his team towards bigger games and bigger wins. Well, Luisa, meron ka yatang gustong batiin bago tayo magtapos?
Yes, a big happy birthday lang po sa aking lola. She celebrated her 94th birthday yesterday.
Wow! 94, happy birthday. Ano ba pangalan ng lola mo, Luisa?
Diding po, Diding.
Diding, happy birthday, Lola Diding. Naku sana po masaya ang inyong birthday at many more happy years with the Morales family. Luisa, maraming salamat sa oras na binigay mo sa amin ngayong umaga.
Thank you po.
Alright, mga kaibigan, ang ating kaibigan from onesports.ph, Luisa Morales, and of course, panoorin niyo po ang Philippine Women's Open. Si Luisa will be there to cover it as well. Bago po tayo mag-break, isa muna pong pagsilip sa mga pop culture at viral video sa mundo ng palakasan sa Stop and Pop. Ang title po ng video natin ngayon ay He Got Lucky. Hindi po si Lucky Manzano to, just got lucky. Ika nga. Panoorin niyo po to, ha. Legends game ito, the 71-year-old na po, pero hanggang ngayon siniswerte pa rin sa mga tira si Efren Bata Reyes. Naku, kita nyo naman dyan, nalaglag yung 9, ha? Di yan swerte, boss. Yan yung tinatawag na Efren Magic na hanggang ngayon ay napaswerte nating makita mula sa living legend. Nagpakitang gilas pa rin ang kanyang vintage moves si The Magician sa WNT Legends. He got lucky and watch this. Just roll to the hole by design. At yan din po ang ating Stop and Pop. Galing. Galing pa rin. When we return, mga kaibigan, na makakasama natin, champion coach Topex Robinson ng De La Salle University Green Archers and ang 6-time Southeast Asian Games gold winner sa Wushu, si Miss Agatha Wong. Lahat po yan sa Power and Play. Hatid sa inyo ng Cherry Loom, Cherry Tigo, Photon, Joyride at ng N Plus Gold. Ang oras po natin 9:08 ng umaga. This time check is brought to you by Ultima.
To be a voice of my generation. To inspire resilience in the face of roadblocks. And in sharing my stories, I let others share in my passion.
Follow Kai's stories on Twitter and share yours with Smart Double Giga Stories. Share 2 times the passion with 2 gigabytes for Twitter and more. Guaranteed every day, plus data for all sites.
Simple, smart ako.
Dito na kami!
Sa True FM.
Sa 105.9.
Ang oras, 9:08.
Ang oras sa True FM ay hatid sa inyo ng
Fujidenzo Home and Commercial Appliances, where you get reliable, durable, and energy-saving products. Upgrade your home, upgrade your business with Fujidenzo. Quality above all.
Vote your vibe. Be the vibe. Vote your vibe experiences. 3 ways to vote. SMS voting. Type vibe. Space experience. Space artist name. Space song title to 3456. Text your vote now. Messenger voting. To vote via Messenger, scan the QR code or chat the official Vibe PH page. Tap vote. Choose experience and type your vote in this format. Artist name, song title, chat to vote now. My Vibe Power MVP voting. To power vote your favorite artist or song, scan our QR code or go to our website, vibeph.tv. Select power voting, choose experience, and then type name of artist and song title. Then select your voting package. Power vote now. Vote your vibe. Be the vibe.
Celebrate the lives of your fallen family heroes at Tahanan ng Alaala in Himlayang, Pilipino. We offer premium memorial service by providing 24 hours personalized customer care with flexible funeral and chapel accommodation packages. At Himlayang, Pilipino, we give honor to the heroes of your lives. For inquiries, you may contact us at 0968-896-4850 or 0917-713-5034 or visit us at www.himlayangpilipino.org.
Himlayang Pilipino.
This World Radio Day, We recognize how radio continues to evolve, guided by innovation and grounded in public service. With the help of artificial intelligence, radio delivers information more efficiently, improves sound quality, and supports responsible journalism. Yet at its core, radio remains deeply human. A trusted voice, a companion in times of need, and a bridge that connects communities. As technology advances, radio's commitment to truth, service, and the public good remains unchanged. This World Radio Day, we celebrate radio and artificial intelligence working together to better serve the public. Happy World Radio Day!
May issue ka ba sa batas? Tutok na sa Basta Batas! Kasama sina Jen Galvez, Rico John Ferrer at attorney ng bayan, attorney Edward Chico. Samahan ang Basta Batas sa bago nitong time slot tuwing Sabado, alas 2 ng hapon sa mga piling himpilan ng Vanguard Radio Network. Kasama ang Big Sound FM at Big Radio, 1188 DZXO AM at 3095 DWMG AM. Mapapanood at mapapakinggan na rin tuwing Sabado sa 1PH, True TV at True FM simula alas 2 ng hapon. Sundan kami sa Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, Spotify, and X. Hindi mo alam? Ibasta batas mo!
Mukhang kailangan ko na naman palitan ng bubong ko, pare. Mag-iisang taon pa lang yan. May tulo na kagad.
Ay, bossing! Baka naman kasi hindi matibay yung ginamit nyo. Dapat ang gamitin mo ay cherry loom, ang yerong aluminum. Basta yero, cherry loom. Tibay protektado sa pangmatagalang yero.
Power and Play with Noli Eala.
Ulit po nagbabalik ang Power and Play and in our second hour now, nako kung nami-miss nyo po again ang partner ko si Jera Season, medyo wala po ngayong araw na ito ang ating kaibigan dahil siya po ay nasa bakasyon at nagliliwaliw playing golf. Nako, sayang ha. Oh, by the way, talking about golf mga kapatid again, may mga malaki pong events na mangyayari this year. I just got a message na naku, meron palang isang malaking tournament na magaganap. 100-man tournament sometime in October. So again, abangan nyo po yan, mga kapatid. Pero before that, syempre, gusto natin magpasalamat sa lahat po ng mga tagapagtaguyod ng Power and Play now going. We're almost in our 9th year dito po sa inyong paboritong kasalo tuwing Sabado. And we'd like to thank all of our sponsors. Unahin ko na po, of course, ang Cherry Loom, ang yerong may aluminum. Sa ganitong mabago-bagong panahon, mga kapatid, sobrang init. Malamig ang panahon. Hindi lang mainit. Malamig talaga po ang panahon ngayon. Kailangan natin matibay at protektadong bubong. Dapat ang bubong ay yerong may aluminum. Kapag may aluminum tsak na pangmatagalan. At isa lang ang alam kong dekalidad na yerong may aluminum, yan ang Cherry Loom. Tibay protektado sa pangmatagalang yero. Cherry Loom, ang yerong may aluminum. Thank you! Photon Vans, kapag komportable ang biyahe, ang sarap mag long trip at yan ang hatid ng Photon Vans tulad ng Photon Trans Van E, Photon Trans Van HR, Photon Traveler X, Photon Traveler XL, and Photon Tuano at Photon Tuano Executive. Turbo diesel ang makina, walang bitin sa lakas at hatak. Merong manual at meron ding automatic transmission, pang negosyo, pang barkada at pampamilya. Merong 5-year or 150K warranty, whichever comes first. Pumunta o tumawag sa pinakamalapit na Photon dealership sa inyong lugar.
Thank you!
Cherry Tigo, the all-new Cherry Tigo Cross HEV. Cherry Tigo, love your journey.
Thank you!
Joyride, ang inyong bagong kasundo. No more waiting na sa Joyride QR Code Instant Booking. Parahin lang ang Joyride MC Taxi Driver at i-generate ang QR Code sa Joyride Super App. Ipascan ito sa driver para match agad. Download or update the latest version of the Joyride Super App. And of course, sa Joyride Super Taxi Hatid Airport Service, wala nang hassle sa pagpunta sa airport para sa inyong susunod na flight. Pre-book a ride to the airport from 2 weeks to 24 hours prior to your departure. For inquiries, you may call Joyride Super Taxi Hatid Airport Hotline at 0920-948-6550.
Thank you!
717 Deli, serving quality classic premium sandwiches. Treat yourself to a feel-good meal today. Located at the 3rd floor, 53 Connecticut Street, Green Hills, San Juan. 717 Deli, keep you smiling with every bite.
Thank you!
Skin, your face and body anti-aging center. With branches at Alabang Town Center and Green Hills, San Juan. For your skin assessment and treatment schedule, please call 0917-890-1640.
Thank you!
Smart. Live more today. And N Plus Gold. May bago tayong teammate sa Power and Play. Ang N Plus Gold, adult nutritional powder drink para sa bawat laban. Powered ka with calcium, phosphorus, vitamin D3, essential nutrients for mobility and bone strength, at soy protein to support muscle development. N Plus Gold, tanda ng pagmamahal. Thank you! And Ultima, vitamins and minerals with ginseng food supplement. Korean Panax Ginseng Ultima. Thank you! Maraming salamat po ha. Oh, by the way ha, ito additional lang kasi hindi natin nabanggit. Pasensya na kayo at medyo naghang yata yung ating video. Gusto ko lang po nga, yung Cherry Tigo Auto Philippines has given motorists yet another reason to switch to its 7-seater all-new Tigo REV Luxury Edition SUV. The all-new Tigo REV LE has posted a best-in-class fuel efficiency rating of 84.28 kilometers per liter gasoline equivalent following an eco run conducted by the DOE in 2025. Again, own a 7-seater Cherry Tigo REV LE starting at 1,528 pesos lamang po mga kapatid. So visit your nearest Cherry Auto Philippines dealership and book a test drive today. Well, bago natin ipasok ang ating susunod na guest, I just wanted to greet again and thank everyone for joining the LSGH Masters na naganap po nung Wednesday, kung saan ang UAAGI was part of our sponsors. Again, this was presented by San Miguel Beer with our major sponsors, Joyride Super Taxi, Home Beauty, CWC Interiors, BMW, Casino Filipino, and our minor sponsors, Crown Pipes, Toyota, Petro Gazz, Meralco, Sherry Loom, Globe Telecom, Winford Resort and Casino, Lexus, CEL Logistics, UAAGI, Brand MCB, Martis Advertising, and our many other donors and whole sponsors. Maraming salamat po sa inyong lahat na dumalo at nakisama sa atin dun sa LSGH Masters. Congratulations to the senior batch 1981 for winning the LSGH Masters Team Championship last Wednesday dyan po sa The Country Club. And thank you also, of course, sa mga tao ng The Country Club for hosting us. And talking about the LSGH Masters, well, ito pong susunod nating bisita ay naglaro doon sa aming tournament. And of course, he was so relaxed playing there because he is now a two-time champion coach ng UAAP. And we're very honored to have with us this morning ang ating pong pinagmamalaking head coach ng DLSU Green Archers, champions of Season 88, si Coach Topex Robinson. Magandang umaga, Coach Topex!
Good morning, Tom, at magandang umaga po sa taga-subaybay ng inyong programa, Power and Play. Which is surprising, Tom, 9 years.
Oh,
so, congratulations.
Grabe. Dinagdaanan natin ng pandemic at naririto pa rin tayo. Marami nang tumiklop. Pero tayo, again, thanks to all of our supporters. Alam mo, talking about that support, alam mo, nakita kita last Wednesday and, you know, I was so happy to see you enjoying and being so relaxed playing golf and making your putts. I saw the videos na lumabas and obviously it's different when you're so relaxed, Coach, but it's also different, I guess, na putting and playing golf as a champion coach. How does that feel, Coach Topex?
Syempre, again, I'm just honored and blessed, to be in an institution that really thrives on winning. And kaya rin siguro komportable sa golf course nun, is, we're together with our brothers, our Lasallian brothers. So it's really fun to have time with them and our people pa.
Alam mo, let me rewind a little bit to season 87. In season 87, of course, it was the same scenario against UP, pero different result. Game 3, it also went to a game 3. And after game 3, ito nasabi mo, I made a little research. You said, you just enjoy the moment. It's not always going to go the way you want, but we want to keep on soaking in this moment because it's the thing I'll remember for season 88. And now here is season 88. Champion kayo, same scenario, game 3. What part of season 87, Coach, did you recall for as you went through another, I guess, defining do-or-die game in season 88?
I think, I guess those learning moments, obviously when you lose games, there's a lot of learning opportunities there. And yun yung palagi namin nire-remind sa aming mga players that, we're not gonna let this situation pass us by without those learning moments. And, true enough, I vividly remembered going into Game 3, on my way to Araneta. Bigla ako naalala kaagad that the scenario there, not fitting our team, but fitting against how UP played us in that Game 3. So all of a sudden, my mind shifted to that moment, and that's where I realized that, in these kind of games, you really put your money dun sa mga tried and tested mong mga manlalaro. That's why we went to our veterans. Again, supporting pa rin always is our regular players, but kumbaga parang you already betted on those guys, which turned out to be Mike Phillips. If there's anybody on that team that played last season na maraming championship experience, when you say championship experience, it's not just about winning, it's also the experience of losing a championship. So we really put our energy on Mike na to really lead us, in that game.
Oh, well, we know how Mike played, of course, in this series. And he was also part of that season 87 team, as you mentioned, and in a very talented team noong season 87, Coach Topex. So I want to ask you, anong diferensya sa tingin mo between this team, itong season 88, of course, outside of the fact na wala na si KQ, no? And that team in 87 na on paper looked so talented, almost unbeatable. What is the difference that became the key to your success this year?
I think it's the way we went to the finals. Yes, though that lineup of season 87 was really promising. And then the lineup of season 88, yes, we lost KQ, but we added more talent. Kumaga parang ginawa namin when KQ left, parang we divided the contribution that KQ brings to us into 4. That's why we have Jacob Cortez, Kian Baclaan, Mason Amos, and Luis Pablo to the mix. But I think, just to answer why it was special, because we went to an early adversity. We lost Mason Amos on our 5th game. We lost Kian Baclaan on our 6th game of the season. So that kind of prepared us for what lies ahead sa amin, heading into that, not only in the finals but how we kind of traveled or went through the start pa lang ng Final Four when we played NU as a number 4th seed team. So binalikan lang namin yung mga pinagdaanan namin nung elimination round na hindi pa kami kompleto, and yun yung ginawa naming baon kumbaga into this final series against UP.
Alam mo, nabanggit mo nga yun, yung adversity. You even mentioned that this was the hardest ever run that you've had as a head coach of LaSalle, and yet lampasan niyan. One of the things that you mentioned, of course, yung mga binanggit mo, si Baclaan and Amos getting injured. Ito side note lang to. Hindi talaga nakalista to sa mga tanong ko. Pero yung bang injury na yon, did you expect them to come back? O talagang you expected them pero you were just playing your cards, you're keeping your cards close to your chest?
We all hope for that time to happen. And I guess, sabi ko nga, yung challenges of that season was really unforgettable kasi there were no guarantee that they would return, but the longer we be in the season, dun yung may chance na makabalik si Mason and Kian. That's why what we focus on actually during those I would say dark times nung season namin, season 88, is kailangan lang natin umabot hanggang Final Four. Kumbaga, ang naging drive namin is not to go Final Four, but kasi yun yung naging parang sa amin ng medical staff namin na aabot lang sila Kian and Mason kung aabot tayo dun sa Final Four. So yun yung naging battle cry namin. It's not really winning the championship, but makasama lang namin yung dalawa because we know, everybody's aware what Mason went through when he moved to LaSalle.
That's right.
What Kian Baclaan went through when he moved to LaSalle. So parang yun yung naging namin, naging way namin na masuklian yung tiwala na binigay ng dalawa sa amin.
At nakita naman natin yung contribution ni Mason particularly in the final series, yung 4 na free throw na ginawa niya in a very crucial moment. I remember you brought him in after an injury and he had to take those free throws. It was an important one for LaSalle. But when you look at this, sabi mo nga, you nearly missed the Final Four. Muntik na mag-step ladder if not for that win against the arch rivals, the Ateneo Blue Eagles. But if you look at that entire season, was there a particular game na naging turning point, whether it was a winning game or a losing game for you?
What's obvious after watching, the season that was, lahat ng games namin starting from the Ateneo game were all close. Gone are the days that we will beat teams by a large margin. Kumbaga lahat yun, if you're gonna watch it, actually, when I was, reviewing the season, I was looking at all those games, doon ko na-realize na grabe pala yung pinagdaanan namin. And I don't remember or recall those moments because those are the moments where our players were just doing it for us. Kumbaga, ang trabaho lang namin nila Coach Kaloy with the rest of the staff is to call timeouts, and sub players. Pero lahat yun, all of them were done by those players that we're just fortunate and blessed to be held under our care.
Well, players, talking about players, we mentioned Mike Phillips. He's now moving on. How big is that loss for you going into season 89? And who fills in the void? Not only of yung kanyang stats on the floor, but I guess the leadership outside the court.
I think medyo na-practice na kami. Medyo we're on our 4th year now. Kumbaga, year in and year out, may major piece na nawawala. Kumbaga, na-practice ako nung preparation with losing KQ. Because KQ is, God's gift to basketball. So, yung preparation namin leading into that, medyo naging malaki talaga. That's why we really invested a lot of time and energy on getting, players, hoping not to replace KQ but to fill in, the pieces that will be left out. So same goes with Mike. I think one of the biggest blessing then when we lost Mason and Kian early, nagkaroon kami ng emergence of potential, players that will fill in that void. I would put in the name of Luis Pablo. I would say, filling in that experience. Obviously, we still have Mason Amos there as one of our big guys, and siguro yun yung naging blessing din na kumbaga nagkaroon ng maraming early experience si Luis Pablo. That's why na-build niya rin yung confidence niya. So by the time Mason came back, medyo okay na si Luis with his he already knows his responsibility as one of our leaders in the team. Kaya eto na ngayon yung transition now, just to answer your question about Mike Phillips. There'll never be another Mike Phillips. Mike Phillips has etched his name in the history books of De La Salle basketball. So, ang hinahanap na namin ngayon is how to divide that kasi malaking yung load comments, not only the basketball aspect but also, the things outside of basketball. And Mike Phillips has always been, a good leader sa amin, leading us not only with our basketball but also with our faith. So nandyan si Earl Abadam leading that responsibility now, being our team captain.
And of course we know the energy that Motor Mike brings to the team, unmatched. Hindi yun na ituturo. That's all heart, and it'll just be interesting to see how the team moves on. And as you said, you've learned from this throughout your run with the Green Archers. Let's talk also about the culture. I remember when I first brought you to the show, when you became appointed, you talked about changing the culture in LaSalle, and you've talked about this in an interview. You said the culture revolves around treating the sport as a gift with purpose beyond the court. So how have you seen this manifest, Coach Topex, sa team mo during this season?
I guess yun nga yung palagi namin pinag-uusapan about, the goal. When you define a goal, it's the amount of effort, put into a result. But yung process, I think, has really been the key factor to us. And our product is our players. Kumbaga, yung sometimes we get caught up with the result na, kumbaga, ito tatrabahoin natin, ito natin magiging result. But we've gone past that, being a result-based program wherein we focus really more on the environment. So parang ang nangyayari sa amin ngayon, we're just gonna plug and play or put in players inside the system that already produces a winning tradition. Kumbaga, ang ano kasi sa amin, you know how players now come and go. You know, I was looking at our lineup for the past 3 years. Kumbaga, ang lifespan ngayon kasi ng isang college athlete is not gone are the days na 5 years.
Oo, tama. Wala na yon. Wala na yung mga Chris Chu. Wala na mga ganun.
Wala na po. I mean, bihira na lang.
Bihira na.
So, we kind of, you know, work on that aspect. So, when we invest in a player, kumbaga parang 3 to 2 year investment na lang siya.
Oo, tama.
So I guess that's how we look at it in our mind's eye. Kaya we put so much emphasis talaga on the quality of players that we're getting in, you know, the character, most importantly especially now heading into season 89 we're in, you know, you're gonna be defending the crown.
Correct.
So
Correct.
Ang hirap alisin yung the fact that you just won. So how you keep these players grounded is the most important thing sa amin right now. So that's where we're getting into. And just to go back to Mike Phillips, we've started our practice this week. Parang napansin namin mga coaches, parang tahimik ng practice kasi you know, just like Mike will
Mike is gone.
change the whole trajectory. But you know, it's really part of it. We're happy you know, to have him as our leader last year. So we're just excited to see now what's going to happen with our new set of leaders, you know, leading the way for us.
You know, talking about leaders, of course, one of them is Jacob Cortez, who also already led this team in the finals, and we saw his character very similar to his legendary father, si Mike. But I'm just curious, and on a personal note, I know that you are classmates with Jacob and Mason sa sports management course na kinukuha mo. Ano bang dynamics doon, coach? You're classmates, but you're his coach. What is the dynamic when you see each other sa classroom and when you get out and you have assignments to do? I'm just curious.
It's so much fun, actually, ngayon, ang mga kaklase ko is si Boris Marasigan niya.
Boris Marasigan?
Again, Joy Dumo,
Aba?
EJ Golena. You know what's surprising now, my youngest son is also studying in La Salle, is also my classmate. So just to imagine you know, how fun it is.
How important is this degree for you, Coach Topex?
It's so important. I wanna really, when I set foot in the La Salle program, sabi ko, I wanna dig myself deeper into the La Salle system. Kaya sabi ko nga, better yet to be a student or be an alumni of De La Salle University. And also at the same time, I get to feel how it is to be a student athlete. Kasi nga, di ba, we all, as coaches, sinasabi natin, oy, pumasok kayo, huwag kayong babaksak, ganito, ganyan. But how do you feel to be a student athlete? Kasi alam mo naman, pag bumaksak ka, you might lose your slot, you might lose your part in the team. So now, when I get to be in depth in that scenario as well, kumbaga nare-realize ko how difficult it is. So now, since I've been studying, updated ako sa exams, when it's the prelims, when it's the finals. So ako na mismo nagsasabi sa players, for this day, or for this practice, pahinga tayo because meron tayong exam in the next few days. So it becomes yung relationship ko mas lumalalim. Kasi just like the other day, na-late ako sa klase. So pagkita nila sa akin, inaano ako ng mga classmates ko. Classmates ko sila during that time. So they get to scrutinize me. So parang you go into that level, you really get to enjoy the experience. And I've always told my players that, I'm sure you would agree that ang pinaka-memorable times of a basketball player is college.
That's right.
That's the reason why these alumni go back. It's not because they gusto nilang balikan yung mga players, but it's because they want to go back to that feeling of playing college basketball. Kaya they keep on watching games because they want to relive that. I played pros for a couple of years, and I also the feeling na iba yung excitement ng college basketball. There's so much pride at stake, I would say.
Oo.
Talagang personalan dito kami, di ba? Parang panto. So that's why I want to make sure that the players that was under my care would really appreciate college life kasi hindi na nila mababalikan yun eh. I just want to make sure that when they turn pro or they go ahead with their respective careers, pag naalala nila yung college nila, it's something that they would really put a smile in their face. So nga, no? Kumbaga, I really enjoy not only about the basketball, but I would say the life of a college, of a student athlete. Yun yung gusto kong maalala nila.
An amazing story, Coach Topex. Amazing yan. It's a unique story that it's very inspiring, and at the same time, it's very down to earth. It's the reality of people, and for you to accept and to take that is a reflection of your humble personality. And amazing. At talagang bilib ako, saludo ako sa iyo, Coach, dahil hindi madali yung pagiging classmate mo rin, and you don't get any VIP treatment. You're just another student sitting in that class, no? But Coach, 2 titles in 3 years. You've got practically an intact lineup coming into season 89. Una, are you building a dynasty? How do you sustain this success, Coach, as you move forward to season 89?
Well, it's always been a thing of our program. Once ang palagi namin sinasabi is winning is gonna be the byproduct of what we're building, in our culture. Kumbaga, yun yung po palagi naming inaalala. So we really focus on the process of making sure that our players, when they come to the court, will have confidence knowing that they were given enough teaching, kumbaga, in preparation. Kaya as much as possible, it's always about relationships. I would say we build that relationship with the player na pag dumating yung ganong mga dikdikan, hindi lang sila gusto manalo para sa sarili nila, but they want to win it because they want to win it for their coach. And that's always been what I'm so grateful for, that I have a culture or a safe environment where I could also be myself,
right?
I'm so blessed also to have coaches that really we are all always on the same page all the time. Ang palagi namin inaano sa team namin, is we don't always have to like each other, but as long as we love and respect each other, yun po yung mahalaga sa amin.
That's right.
Kami ni Mike, if you only know how many times we butted heads, as in, malala talaga, but at the end of the day, we love and respect each other. We want each other to succeed. And yun po yung isang bagay that I'm so fortunate that to have those kind of human beings na talaga namang challenging pero fruitful naman po ang palagi. That's why as we approach the next season, we want to make sure that it's always gonna be the process of how we build this environment wherein everybody gets to enjoy representing De La Salle University.
Yan ang tunay na mga relasyon, yung talagang very, very deep. Hindi lang yung oo ng oo or sangayon lang ng sangayon, but it's really something that you have dynamics. Very quickly, I know there are many players that are wanting to go to La Salle with the program that you've built, but there's a particular name, Janty Miller of San Beda, who really made an impression, who has decided to leave his NCAA team, ang San Beda Red Lions. First of all, your impressions about Janty, and secondly, is La Salle interested?
Well, again, Janty is a champion also in his own way, just like everybody on that San Beda lineup. Again, I really like the talent. I really like the kid. The personality, kumbaga challenging, I would say for us. But again, who wouldn't be interested to land a Janty Miller in your program? But again, just like what I always do with my team or the players that comes in, we're gonna sell our product, which is our players. We will make sure that if somebody or a player is interested, we want to make sure that they know what they're getting themselves into. There's gonna be a lot of competition. When you have that kind of environment. But again, we're crossing our fingers. Obviously, we're interested in Janty, but at the end of the day, they will make their decisions and choose, whichever program they see fit for Janty. So hopefully, you know, whatever happens, you know, he's gonna be a blessing to Philippine basketball. Kumbaga, in general po. So the more talent that's gonna come in, you know, representing our country, the better it is for the basketball in general. But again, fingers crossed, and hopefully, you know, we'll get a chance to be under, you know, given the chance for him to be with us po.
You called season 88, and as a final question here, you called season 88 as one of the hardest ever for you. And if you recall, season 87, you said, let's soak it in, so we bring it to season 88. Ngayong kampiyon na kayo, Coach, what will you remember from the hardest ever season championship that you now bring to season 89?
Well, it's all about, you know, how love wins. You know, how when you go through adversities na wala ka nang makakapitan. I guess if there's one thing that kind of resonated is we talk about faith. You know, we talk about holding on to something that we believe in when things are really not going our way. You know, that's how we really get to be closer to our creator. And then that's always gonna be our thing, We don't know what season 89 will bring to us. Obviously, we're excited about it, but at the end of the day, ang pinakamahalaga sa amin is holding on to our culture, which is, you know, joy, fulfillment, commitment, competitiveness, and most importantly, compassion. So that's always gonna be our North Star, and that will either win us more championships, but most importantly, it's the experience, and that's what we always try to hold on, that relationship that we're gonna have, you know, for the future Lasallians or the future De La Salle Green Archers.
Well,
you know,
marami nag-aabang sa season 89, Coach Topex, and we certainly look forward to seeing the Green Archers once again. Animo Lasal, congratulations sa iyong pagkapanalo, and huwag ka magsasawang sumama sa amin dito sa Power and Play. Maraming salamat.
Tom, thank you very much, po, and more power po to Power and Play.
Thank you. Mga kaibigan, ang champion coach ng De La Salle Green Archers, Coach Topex Robinson. Again, talking about culture, how you build a team from adversity, and of course, you know, just rolling with the punches and bringing things that you learn towards the new season. Yan po ang importante in an anatomy of success na ating pinag-usapan dito sa ating show ngayon pong linggong ito. Again, thank you to Coach Topex Robinson. Alright, before ipasok po natin ang ating huling guest, syempre sumilip muna tayo sa very, very important moments this week in sports history. January 23, 1984, o 42 years ago, nagsimula ang Hulkmania. Alam niyo ba yun? Yung Hulkmania? Hulkamania. Nangyari yan matapos talunin ni Hulk Hogan si The Iron Sheik para sa kanyang unang WWF Championship. Yan ang naging mitsa ng mainstream pop culture boom ng wrestling sa kung ano na ito ngayon na napakalaking WWE. The Hulkamania begins this week in sports history. Well, si Hulk Hogan passed away na, kaya the contribution that is given really to the sport and to the event napakalaki. Kaya little things like that interests us pagdating sa mundo ng palakasan. All right, we are ready to present to you our final guest of the week, and certainly not the least, a 6-time Southeast Asian Games gold medalist ang ating po makakasama sa ating In the Spotlight. She is a 6-time gold medalist sa Southeast Asian Games, dominant in the sport of Wushu. At ika nga, pwede nang hirangin bilang reyna ng Wushu dito po sa ating rehiyon. Kasama po natin ngayon si Miss Agatha Wong. Nasa training lang, but mukhang yan. Ayun! She's training, but she's here with us. Thank you so much, Agatha, for joining us today.
Hello po, sir. Thank you so much for having me here today.
You know, I'm sorry to disrupt your training, but thank you. But again, congrats. You know, you're such an inspiration para sa napakaraming gustong sumali into sports with your sustained success. So I want to ask you first, how different? Alam natin yan, you've won the gold in Wushu, mula pa noong 2017 hanggang ngayon. Pero gaano kaiba itong 6th gold medal mo para sa'yo?
I think for me, it was really momentous personally because after my 5th gold, parang naisip ko, siguro okay na yun. But, I still continued my sport, but I didn't have as high expectations anymore because I knew that new athletes are rising, tapos I'm getting older. But naisip ko na, just because I already won 5 times, it doesn't mean naman na what's one more time. So, it was really hard. The preparation, lalo na ayoko kasi na ginagawa nila yung SEA Games tuwing December because then, by January, they're already rallying. They're preparing na the team. So, mas gusto ko sana yung sa Cambodia, which was, I think, it was held April or May, which was mid-year.
Right.
So, it was a really long and difficult year. But I'm really proud of myself that I survived.
Oh. Well, I can see you're training already, and I guess this is part of the secret that you have about keeping in shape all the time. But when you look at your success, you have had a sustained run na napakatagal. It's almost like 8-9 years in the Southeast Asian Games na tuloy-tuloy kang nananalo. What is the secret formula, Agatha? What do you think really keeps you, at the top of your game?
I think, honestly, I think based on my experience, so whenever I win, yung mindset ko immediately after is I'm not always going to be on top. And so I just keep training. It's more of a mental thing na parang when I win, be it gold, silver, or bronze, parang feeling ko the next year or in the next coming months, it won't be the same. And so I think that's what my sport also teaches. It's that parang quiet humility na parang even if you win, just expect na other people will probably better you soon. So you have to keep training. You have to keep at the top of your game. You have to keep being disciplined.
Well, quiet humility is certainly something that fits you so much because, despite all of that success, you are still very much grounded. And you're obviously athletes, they age as well. And you started very young. At 8 years old, you're now around your late 20s. Is Wushu age proof, or does age matter? I guess as you get older, either you get better or you have more difficulty. Paano ba yan?
Kasi Wushu, it comes from Kung Fu, which we all know is obviously Chinese martial arts. So if you go to China, if you travel to China, a lot of elderly people practice Kung Fu, just not in the way na you see me practice, because what I practice is the most highest level na. And so a lot of people practice it for their health. Personally, if you're going to compete, there's always an age limit for Wushu. Alam ko parang early 30s, lalo na sa babae, okay ka na eh. Like, I think that's already at the end of your career. But for a lot of people who just want to maintain their health, they want to be healthy, they want to not be sedentary, Wushu is a great form of exercise, lalo na my category, which is Tai Chi, which I think we all know what it is. It's the slow, flowing movement, the inner chi, the inner power. Yes.
Oh, I've seen Tai Chi in social media, and it's now being used even by very old people. Na even golfers are very much into that now. There's Tai Chi for golf and everything. So talagang kumbaga, it seems like it's a very purposeful as well as significant way to improve health. But do you see competition getting more intense for you, Agatha? Mas marami bang gumagaling na and you're getting pushed a little more to your limit?
Yeah, definitely, because there were some competitors from other countries, especially Southeast Asian countries, that were already nearing their peak. Hindi pa yung peak nila, but they were already sometimes in some competitions they were ranked above me, they were ranked literally below me, like one rank below me. And so when I was preparing for the SEA Games, I really made it a point to prepare myself mentally because hindi naman guaranteed na I would win. And so, I guess the days that continued up to the SEA Games, I was very anxious. But I really told myself, na, you know what, it's okay if you don't win because it's been a good run. Like, I think 5 gold medals is enough, especially for my sport.
Yeah.
But I went to Thailand. I was really scared. I was homesick. I wanted, actually nasa aeroplano ako papuntang Thailand. Ayoko nang, gusto ko nang umalis.
Talaga?
But,
wow.
Yes, opo. Tapos, pagdating sa Thailand, naisip ko, wala na I was already wearing the Philippine jacket. Ilang years ko na ito ginagawa. Like, is it really the time to be scared? Of course not. So, I just really talked to myself mentally. I tried to calm myself down. And I told myself na, everyone is training, I'm also training. There's no difference. And so, I just brought my A game. I tried to bring my A game. And I think that came to fruition naman.
Well, it's amazing and it's surprising na talagang nagkaroon ka pala ng kahit na butterflies in your stomach just before you got to the Southeast Asian Games. But still, again, adversity brings so much challenge and I guess inspiration to any athlete. Agatha, we understand you are in med school. How is your studies in the midst of all of this preparation and training? Paano mo napaghahalo yan? How do you manage your time?
Honestly, parang last year inisip ko, if I can get through SEA Games, which will be in December, I think I can get through anything. So parang inisip ko na lang, I just have to stick it out. Lalo na being in med school, I always give myself days. Tapos, when I have class, of course I have to miss training, but I also have to make up for that. So that makes it really hard. It makes it quite harder because then parang napapatuhan yung program mo. You do double what others do. You overtrain. But I always tell myself it's temporary and it will be worth it. So nothing worth it naman doesn't come easy. So I'm just really glad na parang malakas na yung mental perseverance ko when it comes to balancing med and then sports.
Wow. I mean, I come from a family of doctors and I've seen how many of my nephews, including a daughter of mine who's taking med school, is napakahirap. Much less if you're an athlete, a top-level athlete like you. Kaya saludo ako sa iyo, Agatha. But you said that, Wushu athletes usually peak at around this time and maybe up to the early 30s. How much longer are you going to be doing this, Agatha? And how much longer do you see yourself doing this?
I actually met with Commissioner Pato last year. He was showing me the sports museum sa Pasig. And he was telling me, isa pang goal. I was like, I will try. I will try. Because in 2 years' time, I will be graduating med school. And then, I will be trying to take the board exam na. So I'm trying to set out realistic expectations, realistic standards for me, realistic plans in the coming years. Honestly, yung pinaka-biggest hurdle ko this year is Asian Games because I think it will also be the hardest year for med school, which is the 3rd year.
Right.
That's parang junior clinicals. Mas super heavy siya. It's the year right before you go to the hospital.
Correct.
So parang iniisip ko, I survived SEA Games. If I can survive this, feeling ko I can do anything.
That's the way to go. That's the mindset, I guess. So what's next for you? Alam natin Asian Games is this year. Are there any other competitions that you're joining?
Yes, so I have the World Tai Chi Championships, which will be held in Bulgaria. It will be in April this year. And then I also have the World Cup, which you have to qualify for. So I already qualified for that when I went to Brazil sa World Championships last year.
Okay.
It will be held in China naman. So far, yun pa lang yung alam kong competitions. But I'm sure there are more competitions that they will notify us in the coming weeks.
Madami yun, ha? Those are top-level competitions. So again, you'll be in deep training and of course preparation for those 2 big events, including the Asian Games, the 3rd one. Agatha, you have done so much for the sport. You have done, and women in sports now, Filipino women are really excelling. We've seen this in so many disciplines, in so many sports. But ikaw, Agatha, how when you finally hang up your, I don't know what you call it, your outfit in Wushu, when you finally decide to call it quits, how do you want to be remembered? What will be the legacy ni Agatha Wong?
I think when I started Wushu, I didn't think I would have a legacy. But now, I'm I'm really glad that, I ended up loving this sport. So when the day comes na I retire, I hope people remember my name because of my sport. I don't really want them to remember just my name. So parang kasi yung sport ko hindi kasi siya masyadong kilala. But I was very honored because I think in the Thanksgiving lunch held by the president, I was seated with him. I was the few athletes seated with him, and so I think that's a huge stepping stone in regards to my sport. Yung katabi ko is boxing. They've been to the Olympics. Si Mir Marshall. Yung nasa left ko is Eileen Ando, who has also been to the Olympics. She's weightlifting, but I was there. In the same table with POC president, with PSC chairman, with the first lady, with President Marcos. I was there in the same table, and I wasn't even an Olympic sport. And so I'm really grateful that they recognize all the hard work that I put through, and also they recognize my sport. So that's really important for me. I just hope that when I leave my sport, they remember my sport for what it is, and more children will want to join.
Well, and also they will put 2 letters in front of your name. DR, Dr. Agatha Wong. Congratulations, Agatha, and we look forward to more gold medals from you sa Wushu and continued success in everything that you do. Maraming salamat for joining us today.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Mga kaibigan, our 6-time Southeast Asian Games gold medalist, soon to be Dr. Agatha Wong. Kita niyo naman, napakagaling at napakatalino. Pambihira ang ating mga atleta. Talagang dapat nating ipagbunyi. Alright, well, bago po tayo magtapos, nga pala, gusto ko lang pong magpalabas ng isang pakikiramay. Sa isa nating kasama dito po sa Power and Play, isa ko pong matagal na nakasama ang aming marketing head na si Dines Regner, and the passing of her husband, si Al Aranilla Jr., very unexpected this week, last Monday. Ako'y nakikiramay, Maring Dines, sa pamilya mo and the rest of your children, and of course si Nanay Conching. Al will always be remembered and will be missed. Condolences again from Power and Play. And that will do it for us. Pero bago po yan, announce ko lang lahat po na nanalo ng Tapa promo, si Winona Sadia, Chic Mamaril, Melissa Monge, John Benedict Silos, Rose, Robin Barsana, 1,000 pesos JRP wallets mula sa Joyride Super App. Thank you for joining us this Saturday, and we look forward to seeing you again next week. At lagi natin sinasabi dito sa ating programa tuwing Sabado, bawal ang masungit, at sa lahat po ng inyong gawain, ad maiorem Dei gloriam, all for the greater glory of God. Kami po ang 1PH, Terra Servicio para sa Pilipino. Susunod na po ang inay ko po. Happy Sports Weekend mga kapatid! More power and more play!
Sa kapwa ko Pilipino, ipagmalaki ang galing na meron tayo. Ilantad ang likas nating talento at magdala ng saya sa mundo. Sa harap ng pagsubok ay di susuko, para sa pangarap tayo'y porsigido. Pagpakitang gilas na at huwag magpatalo, ipagdiwang natin ng Pilipino. Mula noon at hanggang ngayon, talento natin ng bida. Mula sa simpleng bakuran hanggang entablado natin ipakita. May pagsubok man ng Pinoy, pinalalakas ng saya. San man tayo sa pulot, Sumbeshi, Bay, Lakay, Manila. Sama-samang pakita ang galing natin katropa. Sa kapwa ko Pilipino,
Power and Play was presented by Cherry Loom, ang yerong may aluminum. Cherry Tigo, love your journey. Photon, gawa ng Pilipino para sa Pilipino. And Joyride, ang bago ninyong kasundo.
halina't makinig.